Okay, hello and welcome to episode 3 of my playthrough of the DireWolf20 1.18 mod pack, I guess. How's everyone doing? We've got some big plans for today, but before I guess we really get into what we want to do for this episode, we'll just kind of walk you guys through what I did between last episode and this one. I spent a lot of time mining, just kind of gathering up some resources and things just to get us in a good spot for what we want to get done. As you see, we've got 10 diamonds. We've spent a few of them as well, just kind of like upgrading our tools and things just so I have more durability for when I do go mining. But other than that, I didn't really do anything to progress my standings in the world. My Tinker's setup is still the same and all that. But if I turn around, this whole area looks a bit different. I guess most obviously the massive fort area is now been leveled literally to the ground, and all these other buildings have been destroyed and just kind of gotten rid of because they didn't really hold a place in my colony. They just kind of took up space and like didn't give me any area to build what I actually need to build mine colony wise. So like to deal with this mod, they were just kind of empty. I guess just like we had a MineColonies village that was mixed with a regular like Minecraft village, and that's what happened, and we just had random buildings and stuff everywhere. So I leveled it out. We got space now to build a couple of things that we need to build this episode, which is probably what we're going to get into really quickly. Yeah, so we're going to do that, and I really want to get into mining gadgets just to make my life a bit easier between episodes when I'm gathering resources and things like that, because as you could see before by our current standings, I guess with diamonds, man, like 10, I've only got 10 diamonds in like what might be maybe 3 hours of mining. It's really not ideal. So I really, really want to get into mining lasers and stuff early so that we can kind of up our yields, I guess. But first things first, we can get into mine colonies. The first thing I want to build, I think, is the university. So we just need to grab our building tool out and some planks and some books. I've got the books already in my inventory. I think I've got everything I need to make it. Let's just pull out one of these. And I'm also going to make a warehouse. And we'll talk about why we're going to do these things in a second. Okay, and the other thing we're going to do real quick before we jump over into the mine colony stuff, if you guys can look at my inventory right now, it is like a third taken up purely by just tools and things that I need to kind of, I don't know, exist in Minecraft, and it's taking up a lot of space. So this mod pack actually has something great. I love this mod, the sophisticated backpacks. So we're going to make one of those as well. I don't know if you guys have seen these. If we look at, let's go at sophisticated. Oh, we got sophisticated storage as well. We want to look at sophisticated backpacks. That's even cooler because it is upgradable storage. As you can kind of see, we've got into iron chests as well. So with this gold chest, we've got those upgrades as well. But never mind that. The sophisticated backpacks are kind of cool because they are upgradable. And you can have different slots in them. You have things like this, like the feeding upgrade, which kind of does exactly what it says. It feeds you as you need it and as you take damage. There's compacting as well, which I guess does exactly if you read these. There's a bunch of different upgrades that we can do for it. There's like magnets and stuff that'll pull things straight into the backpack and such, but I don't think we really need it for anything other than just kind of storing what's the word? Tools. So we're just going to make one of these real quick. I just need to make up a chest. And we can put our tools in there and free up a bunch of space in our inventory because this is just a little bit ridiculous with the amount of things I have. Yep, we'll do that. And I'm pretty sure this is also a bauble. If I press B, I can open it up. So then the backpack itself isn't taking up space in my inventory, and I can just throw things in there that I don't need on me, which is a win in my book if you ask me. All right, let's get into these mine colonies things. Okay, so first things first, I think I want to build myself a university, because if you look here, there are a few things that are gated behind research at the university, essentially. And I think I want to start getting into some of these things, especially so that we can build, I don't know where this block is, but there is a structure here called the hospital, which is there. So that when our little, what's the word, citizens, I guess, get sick, which they catch like the cold, they catch influenza. Let's see what this person is. Like, I feel like there's always someone who's sick at the moment. So that when they get sick, I don't have to be feeding them carrots and potatoes, which is something that you have to do. You just kind of put it in their inventory. And it's just not something that I want to keep doing. But yeah, and to do that, essentially, we're going to need to have a university built up and doing research, which is a different mechanic that I haven't really dealt with. But yeah, so the way that this kind of works, you're going to need a build tool as well as the structure that you want to build in your inventory. And as you can see, I think we went over this before in the previous episode. But when you have the build tool in your hand, you can see around, you see these purple lines that kind of shows you the outline of your claimed area for your colony, and you cannot build outside of that. So every time we build structures, we can build it inside, and if we build one close to the border, it actually expands our border as well. I see those guys up there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to come into this general area, which I think is where I want to put this university, and we're going to right click. All right, and then it's like a weird little GUI. But we've got a few things here. So you can place decorations like wells and things like that. But we're going to go over to the university. And since the rest of our colony and stuff has been made with, wow, this is a massive, massive structure. It is made with, what is it, medieval spruce. I think we're going to do that as well. And you have blocks here to like move around the structure, right? Like you can also move it up in height and down in height and things like that. So kind of what I want to do here, it is pretty big, but I think we should be able to fit it in where the it is quite large, isn't it? Where the fort used to be. I think this might be a good area. And yeah, and as you're placing these things, you see there the guard towers that we have. If I mouse off of it, it kind of shows me what these max level buildings are nearby, so you're not accidentally placing it inside of other buildings. So like we got a guard tower back there, and obviously we're inside of that. So I'm just going to kind of use the GUI that I have here to kind of move it around and place it, and you can see the max size of it by the white outline. And we can kind of walk through it as well along the inside. You got to be careful not to accidentally fall in holes that are hidden. Oh, and I found this as well, this little dungeon down here full of spiders, which we are going to explore in a moment, because the sound of all these spiders is super annoying. But that's not the point of this part of the episode, at least. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of walk through and see where the what the front of the university is, which I think is this. So yeah, as you can see, we have to move it well far over to the left so that we're not inside of our builder's hut just there. I think right now they're like right on the border with each other. I think that's okay. It doesn't really affect it too much. And then see here, we have to move it. And it's kind of relative as to where you need to move it. Well, I don't know why that's being funny now. It's not showing me the farm leveled up. But it's kind of relative as to which direction are you looking. So as before you saw, I was using the left one to move it. But if I want to move it forward, I just move it forward. Or if I'm facing this way and I need to move it to the left, it's to the left. It's relative as to where that you're facing. So it's kind of smart in that way. And then we're just going to go through here. I think this might be the front of the university. I think this looks right. The universe, and then this highlighted block is obviously where the university block itself is. I'm just going to kind of walk around and make sure that Nothing's interfering with it too badly. So obviously most of this is going to get dug out, but I'm not going to have to do any of that, which is kind of nice if you ask me. And the other nice thing that you can do with this tool is once you have it out, and you can right click and see here it says level 1, you can actually go through and look at the different levels, I guess, of the building as you upgrade it. And so we can look at level 5, which is the final level. This is what the completed library is going to look like eventually. I think I placed it right. This is where I want the entrance to be. It's pretty close to the path, which is kind of nice. We'll go back to looking at the level 1 version. And then we're just going to kind of walk around the border. I think I want to move it one more over to the left just so that there is a bit of a path here when it is level 5. I guess it's actually okay moving back one. It's not going to be blocking anything. That's there, that's fine. I want to move it out of the border of the farm, so I'll probably push it forward one more. It's not interfering with this guard tower either, which is nice. And then we can just check this side of the border. And then once we're happy with this, I think I'm happy with the placement now. Yeah, this looks good to me. We're going to go back to level 1 just because, yep, I'm pretty happy with this placement. We're just going to right click again and then click the green tick mark, and that's our border. There's construction tape and things like that are. I'm going to quickly go sleep and we'll be back talking about the rest of it. Okay, so we had a quick nap. If you look at my inventory here, the university block itself has been taken out of my inventory and placed in world, which is just here. And the next thing that you're going to need to do is just come up to it, click on the build options, and then this tells you all the required blocks that you're going to need to actually construct the building itself, and you yourself need to provide these. Okay? Especially at this early stage, until your colony itself is providing resources for itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on build building. You look in chat, build request for university at colonies, go Jetta's colony, blah blah blah. The hut block is at there. And it gives me the coordinates for the block. And yeah, so now that we have that set up, eventually a builder, which is someone that works in this block building or that building over there, will kind of take it upon themselves to take care of this work order. And then once they do, we'll come back with the next little bit of this. Okay, so while waiting for someone to take care of that request as well, I'm just going to go through that same process that we just did and place the warehouse, because this is going to be another important block for us in our mine colonies. So it's the same exact process. We just kind of go through and do the options that we need, which is medieval spruce, and then we can kind of walk back and look at the size requirements. And with this, it's kind of cool. You don't need to worry so much about if you will go into like mountains and the walls and things like that, because the level that you build it on is going to be the right level essentially, because you're I see, and then it's like we're telling us that we're too close to this building. Is going to be the level that your builders kind of make it at, so they can essentially just kind of what's the word? They will excavate the area that they need to make your building fit. Okay, and we found happy with that. We've got multiple builders in the colony as well, so what I can do is just open up the build order for this one as well. Build building. The build order has been sent out. One of our builders will take care of that. But more importantly, we can see this little person over here. Who are you? Your name is Tiana. Tiana has kind of taken it upon herself to start working over here, and see, like, because there's this big area that she needs to dig out to make the university fit, that's what she's going to go ahead and do. So eventually they'll have requests in here that will open up with like things for tools and such that they need to actually like the tools that they use to excavate and things like that is stuff that we need to provide for the moment. See, there's our other builder. You can see her walking over. It will be, I think that's her, Denise is her name. Yeah, she's just walked into her building, and there you can see in chat I've started work on warehouse. So let's go over, which one do we want to focus on? I think let's focus on the warehouse for now, and because I think it's going to be less blocks for us to deal with. So over here it'll say that she started work, and we can look at the required resources that she needs to build it. And these are all things that we just need to go make, come back with, and kind of provide to her so that she can actually build it. As you can see, she's already got a crafting table here. She's got 101. She's got dirt, I guess, because we've been excavating within the colony as a whole anyway, and spruce fence. So everything that's in red is things that we just need to go out, grab, and provide. So like I've already got the torches in my inventory, so we're just going to click the little button, and then we can scroll down and see that 8 of 8 torches have been provided. So I'm just going to go around quickly and grab these things that I need. So I'm just going to go grab some spruce logs and just kind of make everything that we need to. As you can see, we've got also these chests laying around. These are all the resources that we had from destroying the other buildings, essentially just from leveling the other ones down. So if you see these chests around, they're not just random place chests, they're actually ones that have resources in them from like the previous, I guess, villager houses that were around, that had just now been repurposed, I guess, that we can use now for building new stuff. And you can see as it becomes nighttime, the workers stop working. It's kind of cool. So they only work during the day and things like that. If it's raining or if it's snowing, they don't work either. Which is pretty cool if you ask me. But I need to go back to the base anyway and grab some resources, grab some spruce logs and things that we need to build the warehouse. I mean, I may as well take the opportunity to sleep, and we'll come back once I've got more to show you guys. Alright, so we've got a couple logs and a bunch of, like, a couple stacks of the planks. We can just go here to the required resources and just kind of hand things in that we can. So the next thing we've got to do is, like, we've got to make doors. We've got to make 100 and something slabs. And I only need 1 more stairs. So since we got a crafting table in here, we can just kind of see what we need to make and just hand it over. It's pretty self-explanatory. See, like, they need 2 doors. So I can just make doors, bang, and hand that in. And then sometimes it does that weird thing where it's just like fails to catch up, but it's just a lot of this of just like standing in here, crafting the things up that we need to. So the rack, the frame spruce, and coarse dirt. I think coarse dirt we have sitting around in chests, which we can just go grab. Okay, so we've gone through and kind of done a lot of the vanilla stuff from Minecraft that you need to hand in, and then eventually it comes to it, you need to make these things like racks or framed spruce and things like that. If you look at it, it looks kind of complicated, but the rack is pretty simple. If you just look in JEI, tells you how to make those. And the other thing is, when it comes to these framed things, what is it? They're like the framed spruce. They are made in the block called an architect's cutter, which is just 1 iron 3 stone slab and some logs. And I have that set up over here. Obviously, I've been repairing and building. I think I upgraded the 2 builders to be level 2. So I've been playing around with it, kind of learning how this mod works. So the way that this kind of thing is if you place a block in the left, it kind of gives you the options of things that you can make with it, like spruce plank wall and things and blah 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 and stuff like that. You get some cool looking doors. But I think it I don't know what the bottom slot does. I actually am not entirely sure what that one does. But then if you put something in the other side, it kind of frames the block on the left. So let's see if we swap it out with like cobblestone. See, oh no, it's the other way around. So the right block is the center block, and then you can get frames and stuff built around it. So you get lots of decorational blocks like this. So if you are a builder in Minecraft and you are so creatively inclined, you can make blocks like that. So there's a lot of different options. But for our purposes of just kind of getting our colony builders to build things for us, it's that easy. We just kind of figure out what we need to make it in that thing, hand it in, and then problem solved. I think now all I need left to provide is the racks. I think I need to make 12 of these. I don't have enough planks. Bang, let's make some more planks. Bang, bang, balance, at 9, it's 10, 11, 12. And now, hand it in. We have provided 100% of the things that our builder needs to finish the warehouse structure. And they will get onto that and build it themselves once she's kind of finished clearing out the area inside where she's going to build. So that's going to take a minute. I'm going to just go off camera and provide all the things for the university to be built. Because if we look in this house, or this hut rather. Oops, I don't want to talk to you. Required resources. We've got... I think I can provide most of this. So there's things like framed paper and things like that that you just need to go through JEI and figure out what you need to make. As you can see, there's a lot more involved with this one. But I'm just going to go through, I think it's pretty self-explanatory as to what I'm going to do. I'm just going to provide all the things that are already in my inventory. And just kind of go through and make these. Colony flag banner. That's going to be annoying to make. Oh, I need to collect so much dirt. Like, so much dirt. Okay. But yeah, so like all this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. We can go through and make all these things pretty simply. It's just going to be time consuming and I don't think it's very entertaining to watch. So I'm going to go do that and let them keep working. I will come back if something interesting happens, probably when they ask me for different tools, because the ones that they have are probably going to break sometime soon. I'll come back when you guys, to show you guys how to make the brick shingles and the framed paper stuff. And yeah, we'll come back once we're ready for that. Okay, so I finally handed in the last little bits for the university. So now this is ready to be built, but of course it's raining. So no work is going to get done today, which kind of sucks. But other than that, there's actually a couple other things I need to show you guys while we're here. I just got to find where my workers are. No one's in here. Let's find out where these people are. When people have requests from you, is everyone at home? How's Nash doing? This guy's our, what's the word? He's our chef, essentially, for the colony. That's the restaurant there that keeps everyone fed. I need to find where everyone is living, actually. Is anyone in this house? Yeah, there's people in here. Let's have a look in here.
I serve with pleasure.
She needs an axe to continue working. Aha! Okay, so this is what it works. So like when you get the request, when you talk to people, so they got like little things like this. They don't like staying outside in the rain, blah, blah, blah. And then here, I need an axe to continue with work. If I look on the click more details, it kind of tells you wood or gold, max level stone, kind of tells you the things that you can give her. So she's our lumberjack. She'll collect wood and stuff. So it makes it so that when buildings and things needs that, like oak planks or oak logs and stuff like that, we don't actually need to provide it ourselves. And the kind of colony can provide for itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab some cobblestone. And just kind of carry it on me because we're going to need it just for when we talk to people. I'm just going to be looking around at these houses. Let's look in here. I think Denise is the one I wanted to talk to.
Not good enough, eh?
Yeah, see, she needs a shovel. So I need to make one axe, one shovel. We got a thingy here. I like to just kind of give them double of whatever they ask for, just in case. And we can kind of look at our inventory as well while here. So if we go, I'll work on it, I'll work on it. It kind of gives us to this thing. And we can look at Denise's inventory herself. So see how pickaxe is about to break? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her a shovel, an axe, and I'll give her another pickaxe as well since that one's about to break and it saves me time from giving her another one.
I serve with pleasure.
just so that I don't have to, like, work doesn't stop, at least, because once a tool breaks for them, they wait around, especially since we don't have a toolsmith in the village. So you're just going to kind of keep going around looking for people, seeing what they need. Yeah, I don't think there's any housing over here. But there was someone in particular I wanted to show you guys, so we'll cut back once I'm with them. Aha, here we go. Here's Tiana. I think she was the one I need to talk to. There's no guard barracks. I haven't had enough time to go to sleep in the last 3 days. Yeah, I have influenza and need to be cured with carrot plus potato. Please build a hospital, which is why I wanted to get the university done, or gives me the items directly. And she needs a shovel to keep working. So they get sick over time, I guess is the best way to say it. They just catch colds or whatever. So just give them carrot and potato, they'll eat it and kind of cure themselves, which is kind of nice. That's that. I'm just going to give her a new set of tools as well. And that's kind of what our job is I get to manage our citizens, I guess. And obviously this house is kind of broken, so I'm going to click here. Build options, click repair, and then one of our builders will deal with this mess of a house in the future. So we're going to go there. I'm just going to let it become nighttime. We're going to sleep so that the rain can stop and work can continue. And we'll come back once they start building. Okay, I think we just gotten to the point where we just got to wait. I think we got Denise here working on the warehouse, just clearing out the space. She's tidied up. You can see here, like, cut out the side of the mountain here that was, like, inside the space for it. And now she's just tidying up the foundation. So there's not really a whole lot more that we can do. We can kind of come back and check on them periodically, make sure that they don't need any resources from us. But yeah, there's not really a whole lot more for us to do here, besides just kind of checking on them, like, randomly. Other than that, I don't know if I went over the reason why I'm making the warehouse. It's actually, like, an important block for the MineColonies. It, from what I understand, is, like, as these guys are digging, right, they pick up the resources and they have their own sort of internal inventory and things like that in the builder's hut and in like their thing, but the warehouse itself will hold on to all resources, essentially, like a warehouse does. So, like, if we look over here, we spoke to her earlier. She wanted the axe, the forester. So obviously she'll go out and chop wood and stuff like that, and we can use that wood for building new structures and things like that. So what can happen is, I think her internal storage can actually fill up pretty quickly, and it makes it harder for, like, the AI to talk to each other. So what happens is the warehouse just kind of houses all the blocks that are being collected by everyone, so that it makes it easier for them to just kind of pick things up and go when they need to. I think that's a bad explanation. But if you want to look at it, there's the wiki for MineColonies. I'll link it down in the description as well if you want to read that. But essentially, this warehouse is just, like, holds all the resources. So we got a miner here. See, this is, like, one of those, like, random villager houses that kind of are in the area that one of our miner buildings is. I didn't get rid of it because, like, you can see there's, like, a random bed sitting there. But if we have a miner here, they'll actually dig and collect cobblestone and things like that, and different resources that then can be used within the colony, and stuff like that would be housed inside the warehouse. So it essentially just, like, gives us more storage within our little kingdom. But I think, yeah, I think we're at a point now where we're kind of good. We can just check in on them every kind of Minecraft day. This is going to take a while. I'm not sure exactly how the steps work, but if we look in here real quick, she's on step 0 of 6, which I assume is just site prep and things like that, and they'll got to build and blah, blah, blah. A large building like the university is going to take several Minecraft days, same as the warehouse. I don't expect this to be done quickly, So we'll keep on checking on them as we go, and I'll definitely show you guys once they're done. But other than that, we are on to... I guess I kind of want to check out the spider dungeon underneath us. So let's go quickly make some iron armor and stuff like that, and we'll come back. Alright, let's make a set of iron armor real quick. We've had like random armor like that golden chestplate and stuff just from killing mobs and things like that, but I think it's about time that we have something a bit more solid here. We'll do that. We'll chuck those away, we don't need them on us, same with that stuff. I'll tidy up my inventory. I'll probably make myself... I don't want to use diamonds on this though. Maybe our sword is fine. We'll use our sword until it breaks, I guess, and then we've got like a hammer and other things like that that we can use as weapons. But, of course, it's nighttime. We'll sleep. I'm just gonna... and then we'll come back and we'll go check out the, like I said, spider-looking dungeon. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of, like, poison spiders and stuff down there, though, so this might be kind of rough. But we'll come back once we're there. I just wanted to show making the iron armor on camera. Alright, never mind. I've just looked at the time and realized this episode has gone on way longer than I expected it to with all this, MineColonies stuff. So I think we're gonna leave it there for this episode, and we'll come back next episode and take on that little spider dungeon underneath us, probably go on building the mining gadget and making ourselves a pocket storage unit, because I figured out that this is in the pack, which is a cool item. We'll talk about that when we make that, so you got that to look forward to. But other than that, anyone who's still here, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.